delight of teaching. I sit to study the Word, and then I read one verse, and it's like a neon light, and then the revelation starts. I delight on teaching you. So this morning is a sermon, okay? It's a sermon of teaching. Luke chapter 10, verse 25, and we have the notes projected so you can follow the notes. Luke 10:25. And behold, a certain lawyer stood up and tested Jesus, saying, Teacher, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? He said to him, What is written in the law? What is your reading of it? So he answered and said, You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength, and with all your mind, and your neighbor as yourself. And he said to him, You have answered rightly. Do this, and you will live. But he wanted to justify himself, and said to Jesus, Who is my neighbor? Then Jesus answered and said, A certain man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho and fell among thieves, who stripped him of his clothes, wounded him, and departed, leaving him half dead. Now by chance, a certain priest came down that road, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. Likewise a Levite, when he arrived at the place, came and looked and passed by on the other side. But a certain Samaritan, as he journeyed, came where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion. He was moved to compassion. The other two did not move to compassion. They were more involved in religion. So he went to him and bandaged his wounds, poured out oil and wine, and he set him in his own animal, brought him into the inn, and took care of him. On the next day, when he departed, he took out 2 denarii and gave to the innkeeper, and said to him, Take care of him, and whatever more is spent, when I come again, I will pay you. So which of these 3, Jesus is asking the lawyer, the doctor of the law, which of these 3 is a neighbor? And the lawyer replied, Of course, him that showed mercy. Go and do likewise. And what I want to teach you this morning, church, is that I started getting ready for this sermon, for this morning, all this month. I'm going to be speaking to you on the life that pleases God. What God requires of us. What God is expecting of us. And something very, very important that God requires of us, people that are called by His name, people of God, is that we don't lose sight of those that are in need, to be compassionate. And as I study the material for this morning, I noticed that it is addressed to the people of God. Isaiah 58 speaks to the children, to those that know God. The Samaritan, the Good Samaritan, is a parable concerning those in the temple. First, the priest goes by, and he looks at the man that is wounded by the way, and he goes the other way. The Bible says he goes to the other side. He didn't want to touch, he didn't want to get involved, he didn't want to contaminate himself. To him, religion was more important than the care and compassion for someone else. And it's interesting that Jesus says, then a Levite came. A Levite will be today like the altar worker, like the usher, like the Sunday school teacher, like the music director, like the singer, like the musician, someone that is involved in the temple. Levite came. And he saw the man half dead, and he also went the other way. My question is this: why does my master uses in his parable two people that were involved in the church? Because then comes a third, which have nothing to do with the church. Hello? It's a stranger. And he goes by. And the key word is that he had compassion. The other two had religion, but then he had compassion. And as a church, as people of God, we need to be careful not to get so involved with religion that we neglect compassion. We need to have compassion. God is a compassionate God. And He wants us to be compassionate. This is what the lawyer said on verse 27. Just follow the notes here. He answered and said, "You shall love the Lord your God." Repeat after me. With all your heart. I didn't hear you. With all your heart. With all your soul. With all your strength. And with all your mind. And then he said, and your neighbor as yourself. But listen to this. This is what I'm going to teach you. The religious people of those days, Pharisees, Sadducees, scribes, they only use the first part. Love God. Love God. It is Jesus who introduced a new Christianity, new message of God, yes. But the second commandment is this: your neighbor. You guys are living out the second commandment. Because among the Pharisees there was this thing that when they got a certain money for whatever reason, they got money from themselves, the Pharisees, and their elderly fathers, this is the Bible, the elderly parents were all needed help. There was no social services like now. And among the Pharisees, this is very good, common, it's in the Bible, that they got this chunk of money, this lump sum,